Flank that ballistic shield!
What's up guys, Patrick Wolf here, welcome to another Division 2 build video. Today's video is going to be the Ultimate Shield build 3.0 for title update 11.1. This has been very highly requested. I've been sent a lot of messages in my emails, on comments, and I'm glad to bring this build to you guys, and hopefully it lives up to, you know, the hype of the last two that I previously made. So, shields have evolved in this game, and if you saw the state of the game that has recently been done yesterday, I did a summary of it if you guys want to check it out. There are a lot of changes coming to the game, which include buffs to skills and skill health. Now, all we're going to be doing is adding skill health because that specs towards a shield. That makes your shield more tanky. So I will do a revised version in TU12 of this build. 4.0 is on the way already, but I wanted to make it now because before it's too late, basically, because I have been testing a whole bunch of things and I really want to get into this and get it done. So you'll probably be seeing a few builds this weekend out of nowhere because I have had this build on me for over a month now. I've had it for a while. I keep changing it. I keep switching it up. Originally, I had the named mask, which gives you headshot damage, punch drunk mask. I've changed this up a bunch of times, and I'm going to be honest, I soloed a legendary mission so ridiculously easily without even using a big shield, just using a small shield. And that's what I mean. Skill health and the memento bag is so strong that you don't even need to use the big shield anymore. You can use whatever you want. The normal one where you hold a primary, which is the main go-to that I use, or the deflector shield, which is quite good. It doesn't cover your body a lot, but it works well in close quarters. So we're going to go through all of that. So the main point of this build, if you guys don't know what an ultimate shield build is not to get the most amount of damage, or you should change this to get more damage. What this is about is I want all players, console players, new players. If you put this build on, you will have an easy time doing content, and you will be a tank for your team. This is more or less a solo build. If you want to play in a team, I don't recommend using this because it's a very selfish build, even though you will be taking the aggro away from your teammates. So you can use this in team, but obviously there are ways you can make this a bit better for team, like Vanguard on the chest or Galvanize on the backpack. That's completely up to you, and I have made builds like that if you guys want to have a look and check that out. Okay, so let's get into this build. So we're going to be using the small shields. Now they already have about 7 or 8 million health, but we can buff that quite a lot. So let's go through the specialization, and it's very important to utilize technician. Reason being is because of the artificial hive. If you guys don't know, this actually regens your shield. So active regeneration, this is pretty much what active regeneration does, except this is a shot of it, instant shot of it, which goes straight to your shield, and it fully, in this build, it fully stacks our shield all the way, 8 million health instantly. And the reason why is because we will be stacking skill tiers. Now the reason why you're probably wondering why the mechanical animal is on my back. I'm going to explain that. There are various reasons for that. You can use any kind of gun you want. You can change pieces up, like I always say. You know, in the comments, you guys, I see a lot of people commenting saying you should change this mask. You could get one. You guys must do that yourself. Like I say, I've tested these builds for so long, and it took me so much time to get it to where I like it, and the way that it works for me and it suits my playstyle. You guys must use this as a template and adjust it to suit your own playstyle. I always say that, and it still doesn't get through to people, but that is the reason why I make builds, to try to help other players. So make sure you have everything activated. Pistol damage as well with assault rifle and SMG, because those are the 3 weapons you're going to be using. Artificer Hive, incoming repairs. Now don't quote me on this. Incoming repairs, from what I believe, actually boosts the strength of this. Okay, it's so strange. I don't know where it says it officially, but it works for me. That's what I've noticed. So don't quote me on that. I'm not even entirely sure if it does work. It's very hard to gauge. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter. We have so many skill tiers that it does max out the healing from the Artificer Hive, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Maybe do some research, because I've seen people say it does, it doesn't. I've tested it. Sometimes it has, sometimes it hasn't. This game is not the kind of game where you get a pen and paper and you do maths. Mathematically speaking, this game is not very good. It is all about testing things and trying things out for yourself, and when it doesn't bug and when it actually works. Okay, so let's explain this a bit further. So Amped gives us a skill tier which is going to help the Artificer Hive and our shield, because blues and yellows in combination they'll both go towards our shield tier. So we have blues and yellows in this build, so we will have a maxed out shield. Also, this is extremely important, dismantling 12% damage to drones, skills, proxies, and robotics. Very, very nice. Another thing here, Faraday Field. If you guys think you get disrupted, because a lot of the time the NPCs on directives where the bullets disrupt you, if you drop your hive and you are within 5 meters, there is a little blue line that indicates how far you are. You will be immune to the disruption. So Faraday Field is very important. Also here you get extra bonus armor while aiming a skill, which is very good. So make sure all of this is activated, and let's move on to the build itself. The explanation is pretty self-explanatory, and from the gameplay you saw, it's basically you want to tank as much as you can whilst dishing out a bit of damage and just surviving. This is more to be a survivability build rather than like a damage hybrid, you know, having a decent shield and having decent damage. I've done all those builds before. This is a straight up tank build where your shield can take as much damage whilst still having some utility from being able to use your primary weapon, and also maybe the deflector shield, which deflects bullets back at the NPCs. Okay, so let's go through this build. So 1.8 million armor. You don't have to have 1.8 million armor, but I do recommend it, because if your shield goes down, you know, you still want to be able to tank, especially because this is going to be more focused towards legendary missions. That's where I did all of my testing, actually. On heroics and challenging, that's probably not even necessary. if you use this build there, you'll absolutely just, it's a cakewalk, to be honest. So it's completely up to you how you spec it. I will go through some pieces where you could swap them out if you don't want to use the 4-piece, but Foundry Bulwark is very strong. It's very, very good right now for shield build, and I recommend it. Memento bag is too good to pass up, and this the named holster, which is very, very good as well. So, weapons. So for my primary weapon, I have gone for the mechanical animal. The reason being is because I can give my skills up to tier 6, and I think that's very important because the Artificer Hive becomes an absolute machine when you get your skill tiers up. You can use whatever gun you want. It's completely up to you. You can have more damage. Maybe you could put preservation, healing yourself, getting your armor up. You can have in sync, which could work if you keep spamming your shield, but I don't recommend it. The Optimist would be great for more damage. It's completely up to you, but I want to try something new. And using the mechanical animal with the shield, because you don't need a big ass shield. You just use a small one and use a primary weapon, which I think is quite unique. And I think that it's a great way to play, not just holding this pistol all the time with a big shield. You don't need that anymore. Your shield has enough health and it survives long enough, so you can utilize this gun. So you can get up to skill tier 6 because we have 3 skill tiers from the holster, which you can roll a red or yellow. Like I said, you can go for more reds, you can go for more blues if you want more damage. You can even 2-tap with a pistol if you really want to go that far. But this works really well for me. So future perfection. So we've got weapon kills grant +1, skill tier for 19 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Weapon kills at skill tier 6 grant overcharge. Like I said, we're not going to be getting overcharged, but that's not the point. Artificial Hive, which will be level tier 6, which is amazing. It's really, really good. Now, if you wanted to, you can go for more reds, like I said before, and this would make up for your lack of yellows, which means you would get more skill tiers, which means your shield would go higher. But, you know, that's going to be situational. So like I said, it's completely up to you. Whatever you want, SMGs work well as well. Secondary, it's completely up to you as well. Banshee, this is for damage. If I get close and personal and I need to do a lot more damage, I whip this out in sync, big damage, and destroy the NPCs. Then the pistol, because I did test this with the Deflector shield. It's very, very strong. It's probably how you guys are going to run it. It's the most fun playstyle. Like I said, I tested with all the shields. So Liberty pistol, we can do about 800,000, 900k damage with this for a shot to the head. It's very, very strong. Punch Drunk Mask is an option you could pop on here, but I don't recommend it, especially because we need to get as much shield health as possible, because, you know, otherwise the small shields will get killed very quickly. So Liberty or Death, so you actually get more weapon damage. So hits grant 2% weapon damage, stacks up to 30 times. So headshots consume all the stacks. There'll be a number next to your gun while you're shooting, and then once you get the stacks up, it's used on the headshot, and that's how you do a lot of damage even without having lots of reds. This build is perfect for all directives on. If you guys don't know, you get, you know, no ammo. It's very difficult. Your shield goes on cooldown. If you run into combat with all directives on in the summit, you could use this very well, because the Deflector shield allows you to kill NPCs without even using your gun, even if you don't have ammo. But obviously you have your pistol, which has infinite ammo. Once you get the tickets, you can just go crazy, and it becomes really, really easy. This is good for that as well. Let's go through all of the pieces. So the 4-piece Foundry Bulwark is very important for shield builds which keep you alive. It's very, very strong, so I do recommend using this gear set, and I wanted to make use of it. It's very, very good. So we've got armor and armor regen on all the pieces. Okay, so we get 10% total armor, which is great, 1% armor regen, 50% shield health, which is extremely important. Whenever you or your shield take damage, 20% of that amount is repaired to both, so your armor and your shield, over 15 seconds, which is really, really strong, especially in Legendary Mission. You could run around without a shield and still tank a bunch of damage. It's extremely strong gear set for survivability, and I do recommend it, especially if you want to run out and let your Deflector shield do all the work for you. So max out armor, max out. Oh, this is a beautiful piece. But also to mention, disrupt resistance is what I used. You don't have to use this. You can put protection from elites. I don't recommend that, to be honest, because like I said, most of the NPCs in this game are not even elites. I don't see the point in stacking that, but you can go for it. Disrupt resistance is really good. Or you can go for headshot damage. You can go for crit chance, maybe get your crit chance up. Whatever resistance you put on there, it's completely up to you guys. So the rest of the pieces, obviously we're going to have the gloves. I'm going to go through it like this. So the Foundry Bulwark gloves, armor, armor regen, knee pads, armor, armor regen, and then the chest piece, which is important. I would recommend using the chest piece over the bag, because this is increased. So improved materials, increases makeshift repairs from 20% to 30%, which is a nice amount. I think the bag takes it from 15 seconds to 10 seconds, so you get the heals faster, but it's not about that. I think it's more the chunky heals. The backpack does work well with it if you really want to go there, but it's, you know, it's completely up to you, like I said. So disrupt resistance I put there especially because, you know, I won't have my hive down all the time. That's why I put it there. But like I said before, guys, I kind of change between headshot damage. It depends what kind of mission I'm doing. If I need more damage from my pistol, I go for that. So you can just switch it up. Alright, so the holster is very important. The Forge holster. R&K, which supposedly gives your Artificer Hive extra heals. It's very hard to tell. I can't gauge. My testing is very inconsistent. Sometimes it gets more or less. I don't know if that has to do with my mods or maybe with the memento bag. It's very difficult. But, you know, at the end of the day, we don't use it for incoming repairs, even though this could go towards the Artificer Hive. It's 50% shield health, which is very important for this build. Without this piece, I don't think it would work as well, especially with the small shields. If you use a big shield, you could potentially just not use this at all. But because we can use our primary weapons and make this even better. So 12% skill haste is what I've got in the secondary. I can re-roll this, but I wasn't sure. Should I put an extra red? Should I put an extra blue? You know, I've been using this build for quite a while, but I think I like it the way it is. Skill haste brings my shield back quicker, but if I want to, I can put a red or blue. That's completely up to, you know, on the day. If I want to change it up, I can. Or especially when TU12 comes out, it leaves me open for change. So the final piece, the memento bag, which is very, very important, guys. This piece is one of the strongest pieces in the game I've ever seen. Weapon damage, we get armor, and we get skill tier, all 3 core attributes. Then we get kill confirmed. So this is very, I'm not going to go through this in detail because we all know about this. I've made videos about this. So every time we get a short buff, which lasts for 10 seconds, 5% weapon damage, 10% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency. Now the most important thing about the skill efficiency is it actually is health for our shield. So that's why this makes us so good. The defender drone also works really well. It buffs your skills immensely. So for every trophy collected, gain additional plus 1% weapon damage, skill efficiency, and 0.1 armor regen. So armor regen goes towards it. We have about 90 to 100,000 armor regen max stacked with this build. And then skill efficiency, 30% shield health. If you guys didn't know that, skill health will go up to 30% with this build, and we get a lot of damage for our pistol or our primary weapon. So it's a very, very good thing. Make sure to get this. It's easy to stack and it keeps you alive. Huge armor regen, big damage, and your skills have a lot of health and efficiency, which goes towards the Artificer Hive as well, so it never goes down. And your shield gets 30% extra health, which is huge. So make sure you guys use this bag. It's very important for this build. So let's go over the stats. Like I said, you could pause the video. It's not that important. Go through it. If you guys want to see them, just pause it. That goes to about 90 to 100,000, which is really, really nice. Don't worry about any of these skill stats because of the memento bag. Will buff them quite a lot. Artificer Hive, when you go into it, just mod it. You can guys just put your best mods on. Like I said before, I go for health mod. It's completely up to you. Duration could be potential. You can put, you see, I've got stinger charges. It doesn't even matter because I normally keep it down. But I would say put the range mod on because when you put it down, you can stay in the range with the special Faraday field, which keeps you from getting disrupted. So it's completely up to you guys. Then third mod, stim efficiency. That doesn't work with this. You can go through and just put whatever you want. I don't have the best mods. I don't even know if there is a mod for this hive there. But like I said before, you just put whatever you have. Shield mods. Now it's important to note that the damage bonus only works for firewall specialization. So put holstered regen here. It depends what kind of mods you have. Shield health is what you want to go for. Then deflector damage. That's important because if you want to use the deflector shield, you can have more damage from that. You could also go for shield health if you really want to. So let's go through the shields now, the selection. So I normally use the deflector shield, but I don't think it's as effective. In longer ranges, I will use the Crusader, which means I can use my primary weapon. So assault rifle, whatever gun you want. But if you guys want to have some fun in close quarters, because remember you are more vulnerable to bullets, it actually does 180,000 per shot that the NPC shoots at you. You do towards them. So 180k, you can melt NPCs with this. It's really fun. You can stand there and they actually kill themselves. So it's really, really strong. But like I said, I don't really use this that often. It's very nice. Got 9.6 million health, which is a lot for a small shield. That goes up quite a lot because of the memento bag, and you can just have fun and run through content like it's nothing. So let me know what you guys think of this build. If you want, like I said before, this is another option. You can go for, I don't have it on me. Let's have a look. Go to this mask and put it on. If you want to go for all-out pistol damage, put the punch drunk mask. Try get this. you can go for that as well. But I don't have any issues with damage. Like I said before, this is more to survive. We're not really going for a combination of the two. I have made those builds before if you guys want to check it out. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be seeing everybody in the next video. Peace out, guys.